What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, I've got to talk about something that's bugging me as far as the weekly challenges added into NBA 2K25 MyTeam. So, if you're kind of missing out on what these challenges are, basically every week 2K adds some new challenges to be put in the game. And honestly, throughout the first few weeks, I didn't mind it. Like the Season 3 Rewind, they were fine, not great. The original owner takeover was fine for a free diamond. The fundamentals grind is fine for badges. I really had no issues with that. You get a Hall of Fame badge, a Legend badge, 5 gold, silver, bronze badges. You can all sell those. I have no issues with the weekly challenges overall this season. What I do have an issue with is this right here. The Up Your Rep challenges added into MyTeam. So I want to start by talking about what these challenges are, how to complete them, but then I want to dive into why I do have a problem with this, because I have a problem with this, and this is something that we have seen over the course of this year. So it's not just a kind of a one-time thing that we have seen over the course of this year that bugs me. And it's something that I honestly hope rep is done for sooner rather than later. So let's look at the Up Your Rep challenges. You have to score 50 points with the Galaxy Opal, 20 assists with the Galaxy Opal or higher, 20 team rebounds with the Galaxy Opal or higher, 2 team steals in a game 3 times, 2 team blocks 3 times, 250 points, assists, and rebounds with hollow players. Look at how difficult these challenges are. 50 points, assists, and rebounds with hollow players over multiple multiplayer games. 7 triple threat games by 6 points or more. 5 clutch time games by 6 points or more. 2 domination games by 15 points or more. 2 triple threat park games. 2 showdown game or salary cap games. So these challenges are super difficult to do. Okay, these challenges are not easy to get done. Mind you, all you get for all of those challenges is rep times 2 for 30 minutes. That's all you're gonna get. Talk about maybe the worst value grind in the entire game. It's this right here. And it's not particularly close. And it ties back to this whole idea of why is 2K... Okay, and yes, there are some people out there who are grinding rep specifically. Like I saw a tweet the other, actually yesterday, Two-Way Dream tweeted something about, how people are just boosting rep. Like, look at this. The top 10... Okay, so first of all, they want to make rep something important in the game, whatever. But yet they have people that are able to boost rep, and so all of the top 10 are boosted. And you guys see this. Players ranked in the MyTeam rep top 10 on July 31st will receive a free copy of 2K26 immortalization in 2K26. Oh, wow. And exclusive items in 2K26. So they want to make it so fun and super important. But at the end of the day, all it's going to be is a bunch of boosters. And it goes back, it ties back to my whole idea, and I've recorded videos about this, is rep is not content. And so, a lot of times this year, we've seen these weekend events, right? And so we'll see these weekend events, and it'll be like, earn 2 times rep in Breakout. And that's your weekend event. And I'm here to tell you guys, again, rep is not content. Like having that as an event, whatever, but it's not content, or it's not an event. So the fact that it's under the events category, double rep means nothing. Rep is, for 99% of people, useless. Now, yes, if you achieve diamond rep, which is so hard to do, you get 100,000 MT. That's really the first useful thing. To Pink Diamond, you get 250,000 MT. At Galaxy Up, you get 500,000 MT. But you'd have to play the game a ton to get here. And so, it goes back to my whole point of rep is not content. And so the fact that 2K is putting out all of these tough challenges, and when I tell you tough challenges that 95% of the community aren't going to get done because they're hidden behind Galaxy Opals, they're hidden behind hollow players, and they're tough to do, and all you get is 2 times rep for 30 minutes. I don't get it. In weekly challenges this season, I actually am not going to complain about, because I don't have problems with what we've seen as far as the weekly challenges so far this season. I've actually been somewhat impressed with the weekly challenges. I don't hate it at all. But the fact of the matter is this up your rep stuff has got to be some of the worst quote unquote challenges or worst content, worst event type stuff in the game. And maybe it's me, right? Maybe I'm the one that is too negative on this. But look, you can't have something that is the main, and I'm saying main grind because this is something that 2K has embraced. They've embraced this rep grind. They want people to think this rep grind is something special. So they've embraced it from their side of it. But do they not understand that everybody, number one, is boosting in your top 10? And number two, look at all the less than 1%. So I'm comfortable with saying this. 99% of the community does not care about rep. And I'm comfortable saying that. And so the fact that they're making, rep such an important part of this game, I think has lost touch with the true player base of this game. People do not care about rep. They don't. They don't care about it. It's not something that people want to grind for. It's not something that people do grind for. It's not. And people do not care about rep. And if they did, you would not see the numbers, the way they are. It's even something for myself. Like, I don't care about rep on my main account or my No Money Spent account. You have heard me talk about rep probably 0 times on the No Money Spent because who cares? You don't get anything until you get to Diamond, and less than 1% of people are even at AMI tier. AMI rep. And so I've said this in the past. Every time they drop an event that's, earn double rep in Showdown, nobody cares. Nobody cares. What about double MT? What about, earning certain players for certain things? And you know what? I haven't complained. Even when they put badges in last week, I'm not going to complain about the opportunity to add some free badges to my collection. Heck, I need to badge my players up. I can sell some of these badges for some MT. I'm not going to complain about this. But this up your rep grind is horrible. Like I said, I don't mind this because on my No Money Spent squad series, this is something I've grinded. Even if you go down to these season 4 challenges, some of these things are things I'm grinding. This Showdown highlight, I like it. Some of the things that they've added to this game have been solid. But I just think with the whole rep system, they've lost touch with the community on it, man. They have. Because people don't care about rep, Like, and when I say people, I'm talking about the overall majority of the community does not care about rep. And the more that 2K invests into rep, not only this year, but into the future, the less we're going to use, the less we're going to get as far as the other stuff. The less actual events we're going to get where, for every game you win, you'll get a badge pack. That would be so much better than earning double rep in modes over the course of a weekend. Because I'm telling you, nobody cares about double rep. And when I say nobody, again, if you care about double rep, I'm not trying to attack you. I'm just saying the overall majority of the community is just not, it's not something that excites them. It's not something that gets them excited to play the game. And so, the fact that not only is this an event now, they're embracing it in these weekly challenges, it's just not something I'm a big fan of. It's just not. So I guess, again, at the end of the day, you can blame me all you want, but it's just not something that I think is good for the game. Rep in MyTeam has just not been it. It was a cool idea. And a lot of times I give 2K credit for having cool ideas. But at the end of the day, a cool idea can only get you so far, right? An idea can only get you so far. You've got to do something with that idea. And I hate to say it for 2K right now, they're not doing anything with the idea. Like, the idea is cool and all, but once we realize the idea isn't working and that people don't care about it and the fact that we can't prevent boosters from it, we need to move on. It's kind of like leaderboards last year, right? This year, leaderboards are actually looking good. And man, Crab, can you get off the game or something? Like, Crab is a gamer. You guys see it? That is an insane amount of games to play. But that's besides the point. Back to the moral story. You can only do so much, with it. Like, leaderboards were a great idea last year. They couldn't figure it out. Looks like this year they've kind of started to figure it out at least. I mean, it doesn't seem like, obviously, that Steve guy is boosting. But other than that, it seems like the majority of these guys are legit. So good job on 2K. But if you go in here and look at MyTeam rep, it's full of boosters. And so if it's full of boosters, you can't make a whole weekly challenges up your rep when nobody cares about it. Sorry, that's my soapbox for today. Weekly challenges, horrible. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.